Chapter 2. The Invitation. Okeora's Midnight Visitor. The door frame trembled beneath Chike's hand as if the wood itself sensed his conflict. The men's laughter outside still echoed, fading like distant drums. Yet another sound crept into the night. A hush, a weight, heavier than silence. From the shadows of the path, a figure emerged. Not one of the wealthy strangers from the market, but something different. His body shimmered faintly, as though half here and half somewhere else. His face shifted in the lamplight, sometimes young, sometimes old, sometimes nothing but a void. He wore no suit, yet his presence radiated wealth, power, promise. Chike's knees weakened. His lips parted to shout, but no sound escaped. The figure's voice came without moving its lips. "Chike," it whispered, like the echo of his own thoughts. "I know your hunger. I know the ache of your mother's bones, the emptiness in your belly. Why should you suffer when the world is filled with riches?" Chike shook his head violently. His mother's prayers roared in his memory. Paths that glitter but end in darkness. Yet the figure raised a hand, and in its palm appeared a glowing seed, pulsing faintly with golden light. "This," the figure said, "planted in secret, will turn the soil of your life into gold. You will feed villages. Your mother will never weep again. But it requires one thing. You must step forward and take it." Chike's eyes burned. The hunger in his stomach twisted cruelly. His mother's face floated in his mind, her cracked lips, her tired hands. He reached a trembling hand forward, then pulled it back, clutching his chest. The figure's smile curved like a blade. "You think faith will save you from starvation? Faith does not cook food. Faith does not pay debts. Destiny waits for those who dare." The night thickened. Chike stood frozen, his hand suspended in the air, the glowing seed between him and the abyss. Would he take it?
The Offer in Atlanta. Marcus's laptop screen dimmed as his cursor hovered, seconds from unlocking tools of fraud. Sweat dripped down his temple. His chest heaved as though invisible hands pressed against his ribs. Then, the room flickered. The fluorescent bulb above him hissed, and in the glow stood a figure, the same shifting presence Chike had seen oceans away. Marcus stumbled back, knocking over a chair. "What? Who?" The figure spoke with a calm certainty. "Marcus, you are drowning. Tuition, rent, your mother's tears over bills she cannot pay. All because you believe life is fair, but it is not. The rich cheat every day, and the world calls them successful. Why shouldn't you?" Marcus shook his head. This isn't real." "Real?" the figure chuckled. "Is the debt collector real? They hunger, gnawing at your family. I offer freedom. No, more than freedom. Wealth. Look." With a wave of its hand, the laptop screen erupted in glowing streams of numbers, transforming into piles of crisp $100 bills that spilled onto the desk. Marcus blinked, choking in disbelief. "All of this," the figure whispered, "is yours. One click, one choice. Step forward. Take your destiny." Marcus staggered. His mother's face flashed on his phone, still buzzing unanswered. He wanted to scream, to cry, to pray, but the whisper drowned it all. His finger twitched over the mouse again. The weight of the world narrowed into this single moment. Would he click? Shadows in Brussels.
Karl Voss sat alone in the marble hall after the ministers left, the contract still on the polished table. His pen trembled above it. His oath of integrity screamed in his mind, but the figures, the wealth, the security danced like ghosts before his eyes. The air grew colder. The chandeliers flickered. He turned, and the figure stood there, half shadow, half light, watching him with eyes that seemed older than the hall itself. "You fight yourself," the figure said softly. "You cling to ideals that crumble in the face of power. Look around you. Every man in this building is bought. Why should you be the only fool starving on principle?" Karl rose to his feet. "I swore an oath. And oaths don't feed your family," the figure replied. "Your daughter's tuition, your wife's weary eyes, will words pay for them?" Karl's throat tightened. The figure slid closer, its presence pressing against his chest like a storm. With a flick of its hand, the contract shimmered, transforming in his vision into a throne, golden and radiant. "Sign," the figure urged, "and nations will bow, or refuse and be forgotten." The pen quivered in Karl's hand. The whisper grew louder, pressing against his soul. Would he sign? The deal in Shanghai. Li Wei's hand hovered over the thick envelope on the table. The restaurant's lights dimmed, and suddenly the investor across from him was gone. In his place sat the figure, smiling, patient, inevitable. Li Wei's breath caught. "What are you?" "I am opportunity," the figure replied smoothly. "Your father died with nothing. Do you wish the same for your children? Or will you give them the future he could not?" Wei's chest clenched. "But this deal, it's illegal." "Illegal?" the figure laughed. "Laws are written by men who already took what they wanted. The world does not reward honesty. It rewards power. And I am offering you power." The envelope pulsed faintly, as though alive. Li Wei reached for it, his hand shaking. He thought of his father's hands, blistered from factory work, and of his daughter's soft fingers curled around her school books. The whisper cut through him. "Step forward. Take it." Sweat dripped down his face. His palm brushed the envelope. Would he hold it? The religious council. Far from the glitter of power and the hunger of poverty, 4 leaders gathered in a quiet retreat: a priest, an imam, a pastor, and a monk. They prayed for their nations, for their people, for strength against the rising tide of greed. But as their chants rose, the room darkened. The candles flickered, and in the center appeared the same figure. The leaders froze. Their voices faltered. "You preach faith," the figure said, "but faith bends under hunger. You warn against greed, but greed builds your temples. Do you think your followers will resist me? They already open their doors when I whisper." The pastor lifted his Bible. "We are covered by God's word." The figure's smile deepened. "And yet even you doubt. When your churches are empty, when donations dry up, will you still stand firm, or will you take what I offer?" Silence choked the room. Each leader's eyes betrayed a flicker of fear, of hesitation. The figure spread its arms, voice echoing like thunder. "Your people will fall, one by one, and when they do, who will you blame? Me or their hunger? The candles went out, plunging the council into darkness. The question lingered, heavier than prayer. Lesson of Chapter 2. Temptation grows stronger when need gnaws at the soul. Even the faithful, even the powerful, are not beyond its reach.
That's the end of this chapter, but the journey isn't over yet. More epic stories are on the way, and you don't want to miss them. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, tap the notification bell, and join our growing community. For those who are watching but not subscribed, don't wait. The next chapter might just be the best one yet. See you soon!